Hello children, welcome to today's GK class. Children, today we will do chapter number 26 and 27. So please open your books, page number 32 and 33. So let's start children. Children, the first chapter that we are going to do today is about national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. Do you know what are national parks? Children, national park is a large area of land which is protected by the government. Why government protects that land? Because the government wants to protect the animals, the plants and the natural beauty of that place. Although public is allowed to visit, but not very casually, they have to buy some tickets and very occasionally they can go over there. So a national park is a land which is protected by the government. And do you know how many national parks are there in India? There are around 103 national parks in India. And now let us talk about wildlife sanctuaries. So, wildlife sanctuary is an area where animal habitats and their surroundings are protected from any sort of disturbance. And capturing, killing and poaching of animals is strictly not allowed, strictly prohibited in these regions. So children, basic difference between a national park and wildlife sanctuary is that in a wildlife sanctuary, it protects the animal habitats and their surroundings, but in a national park, it can be about protecting the plants. It can be about protecting the natural beauty. It can be about birds and animals also. And in a national park, people are allowed. But in a wildlife sanctuary, very less permissions are granted. If people want to go there, they have to go with proper escorts. Okay, whereas in national parks, safari can be done. Okay. And there are 515 sanctuaries in India. So in this chapter, we will discuss about 12 different parks and sanctuaries and we will try to find out their location. So children, my first question is, where is Corbett National Park? So I will be giving you 4 options and you have to choose your correct answer. The first one is Nainital, which is in Uttarakhand, Srinagar, which is in Kashmir, Junagarh in Gujarat, Warangal in Telangana. So 4 options are there. You have to think about the answer. So before you tell the answer, I want to tell you children that this Corbett National Park, or we can say Jim Corbett National Park, was established in 1936 and the aim of establishing this park was to protect the endangered Bengal tiger. You can see in the picture Bengal tiger, and this park is named after Jim Corbett. Jim Corbett was a well-known hunter. Okay, so after his name, this park has been named Jim Corbett National Park. And the answer of this question is Nainital in Uttarakhand. Okay, so many animals like elephants, panthers, pythons, crocodiles, king cobra also. So all those animals are found here. So now my next question is, where is Dachigam Sanctuary? And you have to choose your correct answer from these 4 options. Is it in Srinagar, Kashmir, or Idukki, which is in Kerala, Junagarh, Rajasthan, or Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh? So children, 4 options are there. So think. Have you heard this name? Dachigam. Children, Dachigam is a Kashmiri word and literal meaning of this word is 10 villages. You know why it is named like this? Because to make this sanctuary, around about 10 villages were uh, reallocated, means they had to evacuate or leave their villages, and they had to go to some other place, and then they had to start their lives over there. So total 10 villages were reallocated to some other place. That is why a Kashmiri name Dachigam is given, which means 10 villages. So now you must have guessed the answer, and the answer is Srinagar, which is in Kashmir. And children, it is very, very famous for snow leopards, brown and black bear, musk deer, which is also known as Kasturi. You must have heard the name of Kasturi, na? So that Kasturi can be found in this sanctuary. And in the picture, you can see a Kashmiri sag. Okay, so these uh, deers, deer is also found over here. Next, moving on to Ghana Bird Sanctuary. Again, I am giving you 4 options. The first one is Bharatpur, Rajasthan, Sawai Madhopur, again in Rajasthan, Jorhat, which is in Assam, and Tamil Nadu. So you have to tell me, where is Ghana Bird Sanctuary? Children, this Ghana Bird Sanctuary is very, very famous because all the birds of different species, we can say, round about 230 species of birds, they can be seen over here. Okay, and it is one of the major tourist attractions. Okay, and it is in Bharatpur. It is in Bharatpur, Rajasthan. And do you know, every year thousands and thousands of migratory birds, they come over here. They make their nests, and they even give birth to their young ones. And have you heard about Siberian cranes? They are very, very rare. Okay, so these Siberian cranes can also be seen here. So this Ghana Bird Sanctuary is in Bharatpur, Rajasthan. Children, have you heard the name of Gir Forest National Park? So you have to guess where it is. Your 4 options are Junagarh, Gujarat, Idukki in Kerala, Srinagar in Kashmir, Nainital in Uttarakhand. And your correct answer is Junagarh, which is in Gujarat. So children, this sanctuary or this national park is very famous for chinkaras, langurs, crocodiles, pythons, and it is very, very famous for Asiatic lions. And this park is closed from 16th June to 15 October. So if you visit this place during this period, then you won't be able to visit it. So, and the best time to visit it is between December and March. So whenever you plan to go to Gujarat, so make a plan between December and March, so that you can visit this national park and see the lions, Asiatic lions. So now moving on to Kaziranga National Park. So recently Kaziranga National Park was in news. Okay, so it was in news because in Assam there were floods, and this whole Kaziranga National Park was flooded, and the animals, they were taken to safe places. So over here 3 options are visible, the 4th one is not visible. So I am going to give you 3 options only. So the first one is Jorhat, which is in Assam. Second option is Sawai Madhopur, which is in Rajasthan. And third option is Bharatpur, which is in Rajasthan. And the answer is Jorhat. So Jorhat, which is in Assam. Children, this Kaziranga National Park is famous for elephants, but one thing it's very, very famous is you can see one-horned rhinoceros over here. You have heard about rhinos, na? They have horns. So one horned rhinoceros, you can see it over here. So Jorhat, Assam. Now Periyar Sanctuary. Do you know where is Periyar Sanctuary? Children, Periyar Sanctuary is in Idukki. Idukki, which is in Kerala. And it is one of the most beautiful and exciting wildlife sanctuaries in India. So if you get a chance to visit Kerala, make a point to visit this Periyar Sanctuary. So in the picture also you can see it's a beautiful place and many elephants and other animals are there. Ranthambore Tiger Project Sanctuary. So children, do you know where is it? Have you heard its name? It's a national park? No? So children, if you want to see the Bengal tiger, okay, if you want to see the Bengal tiger in action, then you can visit this park. And it is in Sawai Madhopur, Rajasthan. Okay? Now, Sariska Sanctuary. Sariska Sanctuary. Where is Sariska Sanctuary? Again, it is in Rajasthan. It is in Alwar. Okay, so Sariska Sanctuary is in Alwar. Now, moving on to our 9th question. Where is Tungabhadra Sanctuary? So, children, Tungabhadra Sanctuary is in Karnataka, Bellary. Next one is Vedanthangal Bird Sanctuary. So where is it? So Vedanthangal Bird Sanctuary is in Tamil Nadu. Again, lots and lots of birds, migratory birds, they can be seen over here. Okay, so it's just like a paradise for the bird watchers. So if you are interested in watching the birds, studying about birds, so you must visit this sanctuary. Where is Achanakmar Wildlife Sanctuary? It is in Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh. So, moving on to the 12th question, where is the Pakhal Sanctuary? Pakhal Sanctuary is in Warangal, Telangana. Okay, so this question is there in fact file, children. So you have to name India's biggest wildlife sanctuary that is famous for Gir lions. So the answer, you have already done this in this chapter. It's at point number 4. So answer is Gir Forest National Park. It is India's biggest wildlife sanctuary and it is very famous for Gir lions. Okay. Now let's move on to our chapter number 27, that is natural borders. So children, you all must be knowing what is a border. Yeah, you can hear in news that there is tension on the borders. So the border is a dividing line between two countries. Okay, like the border between any neighboring country like India and Pakistan, India and China. Okay, so we can say there is a great tension on the border, on the Pakistan border, on the China border. Okay, so dividing line between two countries. So sometimes these mountain ranges, rivers and seas, they also act as natural borders. Okay, it happens, children, that on one side of the river there is one country, but on the other side of the river we have another country. So the river, it forms a dividing line. Okay, so there are lots and lots of examples also. So in this chapter we are going to do that. Okay, so first question is, so you have to name the natural border between France and Italy that runs through the high mountains. So between Italy and France, there is a mountain, and that mountain forms a natural border. On one side is Italy, on another side is France. So that name of those high mountains is the Alps. I hope you have heard the names of Alps. Okay, very good. So Alps divide France and Italy. Moving on to the second question, you have to name the river border between Thailand and Laos. And the answer is a river. And the name of the river is a Mekong River. So Mekong River is a natural border between these two countries. Now name the ocean between India and Sri Lanka. Okay, everyone must be knowing this. The ocean between India and Sri Lanka is Indian Ocean. Now name the mountains separating India and China. So which mountains separate India and China? The Himalayas. I hope you all know about them. Very good. Now the fifth question is that you have to name the sea that separates Denmark and Norway. And the answer is North Sea. So children, on one side of North Sea is Denmark and on another side of North Sea is Norway. So North Sea is a natural border between these two countries. Now let's move on to another sea which separates Saudi Arabia and Sudan. And the name of that sea is Red Sea. So Red Sea separates Saudi Arabia and Sudan. So now you have to name the strait between Australia and Tasmania. And the name of the strait is Bass Strait. Okay, now moving on to the question which is from the fact file. So children, you have to name the strip of water between India, this is India, and this is Sri Lanka. So there is a strip of water. Okay, this water strip is there. So you have to tell the name of the water strip. Okay, which forms the border between India and Sri Lanka. Okay, so the answer is Park Strait. So Park Strait is a strip of water between India and Sri Lanka. So children, with this we come to the end of this tutorial video, and today's homework is that you have to complete chapter number 26 and 27 in your GK books. Okay, so children, take care. Okay, take care of your health also. Okay, you all are sitting at home and studying. That is very, very nice. But at the same time, you have to be very careful about your health. You have to wash your hands regularly and wash your hands for 20 seconds. And whenever you move out of your house, you should wear a mask. Okay, and you should never go in crowded places. You have to maintain social distancing. Okay, so by following these simple measures, we can defeat COVID-19 and protect ourselves as well as our family members. Okay, so take care, children. Bye-bye till we meet again.